Abigail, the peacemaker of wisdom and grace. Abigail's story, found in 1 Samuel 25, is a compelling tale of beauty, wisdom, courage, and divine intervention. Set against the backdrop of David's rise to kingship, her actions serve as a beacon of peacemaking and godly character in a volatile situation. The setting, a time of turmoil. David, anointed by the prophet Samuel as the future king of Israel, was living as a fugitive. King Saul, driven by jealousy, relentlessly pursued him. During this period, David and his loyal men roamed the wilderness, depending on the generosity of others for sustenance. In the region of Maon, a wealthy man named Nabal owned extensive flocks of sheep and goats. Nabal was infamous for his surly demeanor and stingy nature, while his wife Abigail was renowned for her intelligence, beauty, and grace. The conflict, an insult to a future king. David and his men had protected Nabal's shepherds and flocks from raiders, ensuring their safety during the shearing season. When David sent messengers to request provisions as a gesture of goodwill, Nabal's response was an affront. "Who is this David? Who is the son of Jesse? Many servants are breaking away from their masters these days. Why should I take my bread and water, and the meat I have slaughtered for my shearers, and give it to men coming from who knows where?" Nabal's insult enraged David, who immediately prepared to attack Nabal's household. He armed 400 men, vowing to leave no male alive by morning. Abigail's intervention, wisdom in action. One of Nabal's servants, aware of the imminent danger, informed Abigail of the situation. The servant praised David's men for their protection and described Nabal's foolish behavior. Abigail, realizing the gravity of the situation, acted quickly. She gathered an impressive offering: 200 loaves of bread, 2 skins of wine, 5 dressed sheep, roasted grain, raisins, and pressed figs. Without informing her husband, she loaded these provisions onto donkeys and set out to meet David. As she approached, Abigail dismounted and bowed before David, a gesture of humility and respect. Her words were both wise and heartfelt. "My lord, let the blame be on me alone. Please let your servant speak to you. Hear what your servant has to say. Pay no attention to that wicked man Nabal. He is just like his name. His name means fool, and folly goes with him." She appealed to David's conscience, reminding him that his future as king was in God's hands and that shedding innocent blood in anger would stain his legacy. Abigail's speech was a masterclass in diplomacy, balancing humility, courage, and truth. "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, who has sent you today to meet me. May you be blessed for your good judgment and for keeping me from bloodshed this day and from avenging myself with my own hands." David's response, acknowledging God's hand. David, struck by Abigail's wisdom and grace, recognized the hand of God in her intervention. He said, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, who has sent you today to meet me. May you be blessed for your good judgment and for keeping me from bloodshed this day and from avenging myself with my own hands." David accepted Abigail's gifts and turned back, sparing Nabal and his household. The downfall of Nabal. When Abigail returned home, she found Nabal feasting like a king, drunk and oblivious to the disaster he had narrowly escaped. She waited until morning, when he was sober, to inform him of what had transpired. Upon hearing the news, Nabal's heart failed, and he became like a stone. 10 days later, the Lord struck Nabal and he died. Abigail's new beginning. When David heard of Nabal's death, he sent messengers to propose marriage to Abigail. Recognizing David's integrity and God's favor upon him, Abigail agreed. She became David's wife, sharing in his journey to the throne. Legacy of Abigail. Abigail's story is a testament to the power of wisdom, courage, and humility. She averted a crisis through her quick thinking and eloquence, saving her household and preventing David from acting rashly. Her actions also remind us of God's justice. Nabal's demise was not the result of David's vengeance but of divine intervention. Abigail's willingness to step into danger to protect others exemplifies the qualities of a godly peacemaker. In a world fraught with conflict, Abigail's legacy endures as a reminder that wisdom and grace can transform even the direst circumstances.